Dear students, I, Mr. Vishal Shah, Assistant Professor, Krishna Institute of Pharmacy, Karad, welcome you all to this second part of the rules for the aromaticity. Now, if you remember, in first part of this video, we have seen what are the different conditions that are required for a molecule to show a aromaticity. Now, we have seen the first condition, the compound must be cyclic, then it should have a conjugated system, that is the second condition. Third condition, the molecule must have the 4n plus 2 pi electrons. In that case, we have compared these two examples. First example is of benzene, other one is the cyclooctatetrane. Now both the compounds satisfy the first condition, that both the compounds are cyclic. Then they also satisfy the second condition, that both the compounds are conjugated. Conjugated means what? That the compound must have alternate double bond and a single bond. If double bond is not there, the charge or the lone pair of electron, they can be counted as a double bond. Further, they should have the 4n plus 2 pi electrons. Now benzene is having this 4n plus 6 pi electrons. How we are going to calculate the pi electrons? Here you can see double bond is there. So here each carbon atom is having 1 pi electron. So from one double bond we will get the 2 pi electrons. So how many such double bonds are there? 3. So 3 into 2, 6. So here 6 pi electrons are present in benzene, while here as 4 double bonds are there, each double bond is contributing to 2 electrons. 4 into 2, it becomes 8 pi electrons, and that's why this compound does not satisfy the Huckel rule. So how to calculate whether the compound is satisfying Huckel rule or not? That this 4n plus 2 is equal to whatever the pi electrons, here for example 6. So if we solve this, we will get n is equal to 1. So that n must be either 0, 1, 2, 3, or it must be a complete number. Then only that particular compound satisfy the Huckel rule. Let's explore some few examples also. Already we have seen here there is a presence of the 6 pi electrons. That's why this particular compound satisfy the Huckel rule. So this can be considered as a cyclic or the aromatic compound. Here also see, here there is an absence of the double bond over here, but this charge will contribute to the pi electrons. This is negative charge, which will be considered as a 2 electrons. Here also this particular compound, as there is a presence of this particular positive charge, that particular compound does not satisfy the Huckel rule. Here you can see only 2 pi electrons are there. Though positive charge is there, here there is a presence of the 2 pi electrons, and that's why that particular compound satisfy the Huckel rule. Here 10 pi electrons, that's why this particular compound satisfy the Huckel rule. Okay, here 6 pi electrons. Here we have seen 8 pi electron, that's why this particular compound does not satisfy the Huckel rule. Here also 4 pi electron, that's why this particular compound does not satisfy the Huckel rule. Means just we have to calculate the number of pi electrons, and then we have to decide whether that particular compound is aromatic or not. Just we have to make 4n plus 2 is equal to whatever the number of pi electrons. Okay. Now another thing, which electrons are counted as a pi electrons? Because every electron is not considered as a pi electrons. For example, see, here this is the example of benzene anion. Here you can see there is a presence of the lone pair of electron on this particular. So how many pi electrons are there? Whether we are going to consider the number of pi electrons that are present over here in this as a 8, because 6 that are coming from the double bond and 2 that are coming from the here this lone pair of electron. Here also you can see same 3 double bond, so they will contribute to the 6 pi electron, and in addition to that nitrogen is having lone pair of electron, due to which it will be considered as a 6 plus 2, 8. Here also you can see, this is the example of furan, in which two double bonds are there. Means from two double bonds, how many pi electrons we will get? 2 into 2, 4. And how many lone pair of electrons are present over here? 4 lone pair of electrons. Means 2 lone pair of electrons means 4 pi electrons and 4 from these double bonds. So whether it is 8, 6, here 8, if this particular we will consider as 8, then that particular compound is considered as a non-aromatic. Here also, if we consider in case of pyridine, pyridine is also having 8 pi electrons. So if we consider this as it is, so that particular compound is non-aromatic. But actually if we consider, these compounds are considered as aromatic compounds. But still how? Then we have to consider which electrons are counted as a pi electron. So how we are going to decide? If you remember, in earlier part of the video I have said that each atom that is present in the ring, it will contribute to the aromaticity or the pi electrons once only. See for example, now here we will see how p orbitals or the contribute to the aromaticity in the benzene. Already we have seen, if we consider this particular structure of benzene, here we know how these p orbitals are present. We know that the p orbitals, that is the unhybridized p orbitals, they are present perpendicular to the plane of sigma bond. In the orbital structure of benzene we have seen, if we consider this as a sigma bond, here we will consider this p orbital as a perpendicular to the plane of the sigma bond. So here each p orbital contains 1 electron, and due to the sidewise overlapping of this particular unhybridized p orbitals, this particular compound forms a pi bond. So here whatever the CH bonds are present, they are perpendicular to the pi system, and that's why the only here the whatever that particular this one carbon atom and hydrogen atom is there, for simplicity only it is shown over here. So in this way p orbitals contribute to the aromaticity in the benzene. Now let's see other examples that we have seen. Now in case of lone pair that is present in the benzene anion, here you can see this is your benzene anion. Now what we have done, that we have counted pi electrons like these 6 from 3 pi bonds and plus 2 from lone pair of electron. So if we consider this particular pi system, see how this particular structure is present. Now only focus on this particular carbon atom. Here you can see whatever this double bond is there, due to this double bond, whatever the p orbitals are there, these p orbitals are perpendicular to the plane of the sigma bond. But if you observe over here, whatever that lone pair of electron is there, this lone pair is not present at 90 degrees to the pi system. So it does not overlap. So in order to form overlapping, these particular p orbitals must be like this. And that's why this particular lone pair of electron does not contribute to the aromaticity, and that's why it should not be counted as a pi electron. So instead of 8, here there must be presence of 3 pi bonds, and which contribute to the 6 pi electrons. And that's why this benzene anion is considered as a aromatic compound. Similarly, we can see same example. So here I have written, in benzene anion the carbon with lone pair is already contributing to the p orbital, so to the pi system like benzene. And that's why the lone pair is perpendicular to the pi system, and since it cannot overlap, it is not counted as a pi electron. Here also you can see this pyridine is having already 3 double bonds, and this nitrogen atom is having the lone pair of electron. So due to the presence of this double bond, this nitrogen atom is already contributing to your resonating structure, or it is counted as a pi electron. And whatever these lone pair of electrons are there, this lone pair of electron is not part of the pi system because it is not perpendicular to the plane of the sigma bond. rather it is perpendicular to the plane of the pi system, and that's why it cannot overlap on each other. So that's why this lone pair of electron that is present on the nitrogen is not part of the pi system, and we can't count it as a pi electron. And that's why that particular compound is having 3 pi bonds, that is equal to 6 pi electrons, and that's why that particular compound shows a aromaticity, or it satisfies the Huckel rule, because the number of pi electrons that are present are 6. Further, we will explore another example. Here a third example that we have seen is cyclopentadiene anion. Here how we are going to calculate it as a 6 pi electrons, because in that example we have seen, or we have considered, that cyclopentadiene anion is having 4 pi electrons only. But here you can see, as lone pair electron can be a part of the pi system, since carbon that is having lone pair of electron is not contributing to the p orbital of the pi bond, because this carbon atom is not having any double bond, so it is not contributing to the pi electron, and due to which whatever this lone pair of electron is there, this lone pair of electron is now perpendicular to the plane of the sigma bond, and due to which what happens, the 4 pi electrons that are coming from the double bond and plus lone pair of electron is having the 2 electrons. So total 4 plus 2, it becomes 6. So when we add 4 pi electrons from the double bond and 2 pi electrons from the lone, that anion, we will get the 6 pi electron. In this way, this cyclopentadiene anion is having 6 pi electron, and due to which it is considered as a aromatic. Similarly, we can consider here in case of pyrrole also. Here we can see pyrrole which is having a 2 double bonds. As there is a presence of 2 double bonds are there, definitely that particular compound will contribute to the 4 pi electrons, and plus the nitrogen atom that is having lone pair of electron. So this lone pair of electron is perpendicular to the plane of the sigma bond, and due to which 4 plus 2, it is equal to 6. That's why that compound is considered as a aromatic. Further, in case of furan, now here we have seen that we have counted the number of pi electrons that are present as a 8. Why 8? 4 from 2 double bonds and 4 from 2 lone pair of electrons that are present on the oxygen. But here, as we know, here whatever the oxygen has 2 lone pair of electrons, but only one can be a perpendicular to the plane of the sigma bond. So only one can be a part of the pi system. As you see over here, one lone pair of electron is perpendicular to the sigma system, and other one is perpendicular to the pi system, and that's why the lone pair that is a 90 degree or perpendicular to the pi system, it is not counted as a pi electrons, and that's why the number of pi electron becomes 6 rather the 8. So that's why this furan is also considered as a aromatic. So just we have to remember that the whatever the atom that is contributing to the pi system, only one time it contributes as a pi system. So by considering this fact, we have to calculate the number of pi electrons, and then we have to check whether the compound satisfies the Huckel rule or not. So this is about the third condition that is used for deciding the aromaticity. Then last condition is compound must be a flat. Now here you can see, this is the example of the naphthalene. Suppose if we remove the bond between these two carbon atoms, what happens? The hydrogen atoms are present. Now though this compound is having cyclic conjugated and has 10 pi electron, it is not considered as a aromatic because it is not flat, because due to the same hydrogen atoms that are present, as same charges comes closer towards each other, the repulsion will take place, and that's why that particular hydrogen moves away from each other, and they are present in the different planes. That's why this compound is not considered as aromatic. But if we join these two carbon atoms with the help of the bond, that particular compound becomes aromatic. So this is the example of 10 aniline. Due to the unflat condition, that particular compound is not considered as a aromatic. So these are the different rules for the